raise your hands, or you can type it out in the chat box. Please make sure that you take a lot of notes, particularly in today's class where we will be discussing about phrasal verbs. All right, so please make sure that okay, so please make sure that all of you, okay, so take a lot of notes, and also if you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me, and besides actively participate in all the exercises. All right, so I'll quickly load the slides for you all. Just give me a minute. All right. Okay, so today, as I told you, we are going to learn about phrasal verbs. So phrasal verbs are, usually groups of words which have a verb. Okay, so and these words which are used as combinations, they have a meaning of its own. So it's very important for us to understand what that meaning is, and accordingly we have to use it while framing sentences. Okay, now why do we use phrasal verbs? All right, so and why do we use certain combinations of words which have certain meanings? In order to be able to express ourselves better. All right, so that in order to express our situation, whatever we are in, the type of situation that we are in, जो कुछ भी है, okay, so बहुत अच्छी तरीके से, या to express it in a creative way, we make use of phrasal verbs. All right, so there are a lot of phrasal verbs which we will be discussing in today's class. Okay, so as and when before I display the slide, I will quickly dictate the meanings of all the options. Okay, because here let's not only focus on the correct answer, let's focus on learning new phrasal verbs, so that in certain situations where we face it, okay, you can all effectively use it. Okay, so please write down. Today I will give you a lot of writing. Okay, so make sure that you note down. The first one is coming along. Okay, the first one is coming along. The first phrasal verb is coming along, which means to accompany someone. Okay, so to accompany someone who leads the way. To accompany means kisi ke saath. All right, to accompany someone who leads, leads, leads the way. Okay, for example, okay, so they asked me to come along with them. Okay, or like, will you please come along with me? यानी कि क्या आप मेरे साथ आएंगे? के साथ means will you accompany me? So come along, okay, or coming along, it can be used in this case. Whereas there is another meaning, please write down this one as well. So write down the second meaning of coming along. It means to make progress. Okay, so it refers to making progress. Okay, for example, all the planned things are coming together or are coming along very well. Okay, so whatever I planned is coming along very well, or the house is coming along. Okay, so it is making progress. That is, whatever work is putting on, it is making progress. All right, so two meanings in this case. Write down the next one, come across. Come across, 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 come across. It means to find by chance. Okay, so to find by chance or by luck. Okay, so we happen to come across. Okay, so like, just like, luckily we happen to come across that. So by chance. All right, so come across means by chance. And the last one is come through. Come through means to succeed in surviving, means to succeed, 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 succeed in surviving, or dealing with, okay, so something. Come through means, okay, so to succeed in surviving or dealing with. For example, we have come through, or we have come, okay, so through a long way. Okay, so yani ki, we have made it, or we have succeeded in doing it. All right, so many of the YouTubers or successful people, they usually say, isn't it, we have come a long way, or we have come through. All right, so it means to succeed finally in surviving or dealing with something. Okay, so with this, now that you know the meanings of the three options, can you please do this one for me? It was only after dash the information in an old file that we realized what had been happening. Okay, I'll give you a little extra time. Please do this one. All right, so good job, Lovepreet, Simranjeet, Shanpreet, Sayan, and Swayam Prava. Okay, so well done. Okay, so as I told you here, the meaning is coming across. Okay, so which means to come across by chance. All right, so like by luck. So it was only after we happened to come across the information which was in an old file. That is the time we realized कि what is happening or what had been happening, यानी कि क्या क्यों कुछ जो हो रहा था वह क्यों हो रहा था. All right, so it was only after we happened to come or by chance we got that file, the information in that file, that is when we realized, okay, why the things that are happening. Okay, so that we realized what had been happening, or कुछ जो कुछ हो रहा था. Okay, so हमें उसके बारे में पता चला. Okay, the next one. Okay, I'll dictate the meanings now for the next one. Please write down. The next one is looked up. Looked up to. Looked. Looked up to. It means to admire. Looked up to. It means to admire. Okay, please note down. Okay, so whatever I'm dictating, because at the end of this you'll have at least more than 50, I think more than 50 phrasal verbs. So if you learn 50 phrasal verbs, or even if you understand, so how many in so many situations you can use it, isn't it? It helps in expressing yourself in a better way. So please, now that you are here, okay, just stay a little focused and note down. Okay, so looked up to, it means to admire. Admire. Okay, the next one, looked into. Looked. Looked into. It means to investigate. Okay, it means to investigate. Okay, so यानी कि to investigate, police investigate करते हैं, isn't it? To know what is right, what is wrong. So investigate. And the last one is called forth. Okay, I think that's the two options there. All right, please do the next one for you. This one. All right, so good job. Okay, so good job, Harish, Nikila, Sishis, Prabhu, Chaitanya, and Melina. Well done. Okay, so I'm happy now. Okay, so after understanding the meaning, you can immediately apply it. All right, so here it means it was discovered later on that matter. The matter was still being, okay, it was discovered later on that. Okay, the matter was still being looked into, that is investigated by the police. All right, so that is what it means. Okay, now take the next set of phrasal verbs. Okay, so the next one is called forth. Called forth. Called, Called. Forth. Forth. Called forth means to cause something. Cause something to exist. Okay, caused. Caused. Caused something to exist. 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 Okay, so called forth means to cause something to exist. And the second one is called on. Called on or called upon. Okay, so on / called upon, both mean to order or to request someone. Okay, so to order or request someone to undertake a particular activity. Okay, a particular activity. For example, okay, award ceremonies में क्या बोलते हैं? I would now like to call upon, okay, for example, Abhishek Bachchan or whatever. All right, so I would now like to call upon, that is, I would like to request this person. Okay, so to do, I would like to call upon Abhishek Bachchan to announce the winners of our next award. So यानी कि I would like to request Abhishek Bachchan to come and do the activity, दूसरे को जो किसी को award मिल रहा है उसका नाम बताने के लिए. Understood? So it means order to request someone to undertake a particular activity. Okay, and write the last one, which means called off. Called off. OFF. Okay, so it is not just OF, it is off. OFF. So it means cancelled. Cancelled. Now, okay, I'm sure you must have heard a lot of statements like this. Due to COVID-19, okay, so the meeting is called off, or due to COVID-19 the meeting was called off. Due to COVID-19 we called off the wedding, यानी कि हमने wedding ही cancel कर दी COVID-19 के वजह से. All right, so called off means cancelled. All right, please do this exercise now. I dashed my old friend last night for help. Okay, I'll give you a little extra time. Okay, please do this one quickly. Good job, Harish, Prabhu Chaitanya, Loknadan, Arpita, Melina. Okay, so all of you have given the correct answers. I'm very happy. Okay, so see if you know when as in when you're noting it down. Okay, so understand and write. Okay, you will the learning ka process double fast ho jayega if you do it in that way. All right, so now I'm very happy that immediately after understanding the meaning you are applying it. So I called on my old friend last night for help. Yani ki I requested my old friend last night, okay, for help, yani ki, or to help me out. Okay, so that is the meaning, and now you know what are the meanings of the first and the third ones. I don't have to explain that, right? Again, okay. So the next one, okay. So please write down the next meaning. Count on, count out. Okay, count out. COUNT. Count, COUNT, and OUT, out. Count out. Count out means to exclude. 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 Okay, the next one, count off. COUNT and OFF. Again, it is OFF. It means to recite numbers in turn. To recite, RECITE. Okay, so recite यानी कि बोलना. Okay, so to recite numbers in turn. Okay, and the last one is count on. COUNT. Count on. ON. It means to rely on somebody. RELY. Okay, किसी पर, for example, I was counting on I was counting on him to get breakfast for him. Okay, so that is I relied on him to get breakfast for me. So relied यानी कि dependent, like, all right, so, or believed in, or you're dependent on somebody, so I counted on. So count on, it means to rely. Okay, so if you have any doubts with any meanings you want me to explain, please let me know. Okay, I will help you out. Okay, so if you have understood everything, let's do the next exercise. Can she dash your cooperation in that crucial matter? What is the answer here? Give you extra time. Okay, good job, Harish, Prabhu Chaitanya. Well done. Okay, so some of you have got it incorrect. No problem. Okay, so just keep on trying. So here the answer is, can she count on your cooperation in that crucial matter? So now in this case, it says, okay, so can she rely? Okay, so can she rely on your cooperation? Okay, in that crucial matter. Okay, cooperation means whether you will cooperate. Okay, so in that crucial matter, crucial means important matter, very important matter. All right, so that is crucial, something which is very important. For example, this exam is very crucial, यानी कि यह बहुत ही important exam है, the result of which will help in deciding maybe my further education or even to get a job. Okay, that is what it means. So can she count on your cooperation? Can she rely, okay, so that you will cooperate with her in this important matter, is the meaning of this question. Okay, we cannot say can she count out or can she count off. So here we want a meaning which says, can she believe you, or can she rely on you, can she depend on you, okay, in this in this important matter. So that is why the third option is the one. All right, so count off. Okay, so count off means to recite numbers in turn. Recite means, okay, so kuch numbers bolna. All right, so like a recite, for example, okay, so recite me recite a poem. Okay, recite a poem for me. Okay, if you understand that meaning, recite me all right, so that is that is the meaning. All right, so it is also it means count off means to say numbers one by one, or it's like how we have 3 2 1. All right, so the count off, okay, so the countdown. All right, so it kind of refers to that. All right, Nikila. Okay, that's why it cannot be used in this case. Okay, the next one. Okay, so let's quickly okay, so write down the next one. First one is jump at. Jump at, it refers to me, it means to be glad. Means to be glad. Glad means happy. Okay, so glad, glad, means to be glad. To accept the offer. To accept the offer. Okay, so then to accept the offer. The second one is jump across. Jump across means to leap over. Leap means also to jump. Okay, so leap, like is to have a like a long jump. So leap, to leap over something that is broad. That is broad. Broad yani ki, like narrow, broad, right? Okay, so like wide, so broad, rather than tall. Okay, for example, the the cat jump across the wall. Okay, so yeah, we simply here we are just referring to an action of jumping over something. All right, so that is the meaning of jumped across. And the last one, okay, very important, is jump in. Okay, so jump in, it means to interrupt someone. Interrupt someone when he or she is speaking. Okay, so interrupt someone. Okay, so when someone else is speaking. Okay, so now that you know the meanings of these three words, let's continue. Please do this one. She is always ready to dash such an opportunity. So what is the answer here? Good job, Harish, Nikila. Well done, Melina. Okay, so well done, all of you. So here it means she is always ready to jump at such an opportunity, like, to grab the opportunity. Be very happy to accept such offers, all right, or to be very happy to accept such opportunity. So that is what it means here. She is always ready to jump at such an opportunity, yani ki to accept such opportunities, or she's very happy to accept such offers. All right, so good job, Shazia, Monali, and Suraj, you too. Okay, so the next one, please write down the meanings. Okay, so please write come across as. Come across as. Come across as. Appears. Okay, so come across as means appears or seems. Okay, appears or seems. Now what happens is, okay, so now okay, so usually now with Sushant Singh's case, okay, the actor, isn't it? Okay, so who passed away in the last couple of days. Okay, so now there are a lot of things which are being said. Okay, and sometimes the media, like, misinterprets it. See, it seems, Harish, it is seems, seems. Okay, seems, appears slash seems. Okay, so now the media, okay, so like, it kind of misinterprets things, isn't it? For example, if I have to say like, okay, so everyone should learn English by listening, okay, and not by applying rules. Okay, so like, if I say this particular statement, okay, now like, it might come across as negatively. For example, like, यह कैसी टीचर है, हमें rules नहीं सिखा रही है, like, it kind of can come across negatively. Okay, so but what actually I could have meant to say is, you have to, like, know the rules, but sometimes if you get confused, you can just see if it makes sense. According to that, okay, you can decide. All right, so that is the meaning of come across as, yani ki, like, how it is understood, or how it appears to, or how it seems. Understood? So that is like, how the people perceive it. For example, okay, so the way she was laughing came across as being overconfident. Okay, so that is, people understood it, it was perceived to be like that, or it seemed to be. Understood? However, it may not always be true. Okay, so that is the meaning here. Now please do this one. Okay, so good job, Harish, Lokanadan. Okay, so now the first one and the second one are incorrect. Okay, so in this case, we have to use come across as. All right, so three words यहाँ पर हमें चाहिए in order to frame this phrasal verb. All right, that's why I did not give you any of the others because they don't make sense. Okay, so Nita come as rather self-centered. Nita comes across rather self-centered. No, Nita comes across as rather self-centered. That means she is understood, or it seems like she is like that, or it appears to be like that. However, it may or may not be true. All right. So good job, Harish, Lokanadan, Gunja, Shweta, and Arpanjot. Well done. Okay. So and done you too. Okay. So I hope all of you have understood. Okay. So till now. Okay. Any doubts? Any questions? Anybody wants to ask anything? You can always raise your hand or type it out in the chat box. Okay. You can just say, "Ma'am, I have a doubt. I'll help you out." Okay. The next one. Okay. Please note down. Um, takes down. Takes. 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 Takes down. Down. Takes down. Okay, so to put down in writing. Okay, so to put down, down, to put down in writing, writing, writing. Okay, so normally what do I say at the beginning of this of the class? Okay, so take down a lot of notes or make a lot of notes. What do I mean by take down? Okay, so यानी कि make a lot of notes या कुछ लिखो. Okay, so take down. Okay, so otherwise even now when I tell you, when I'm dictating, I usually say the next one, please take down. So what does that take down mean? Please write. All right, that is what it means to put down in writing, or in simple words, it means to write. You can put a slash after the meaning that I've given you, and you can simply write over there. Okay, it means to write down something or to write something. Okay, we will be able to understand it better in that way. Okay, the next one is takes after. Takes after, that is takes, takes, and after, after, takes after. So it means to follow, 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 to follow, or resemble, resemble, resemble. Okay, so what does it mean here? So takes after, for example, takes after is like, to follow. For example, resemble means, okay, so to look like somebody. Yes, Nikhila, I kind of understood that it might be difficult. Resemble means, for example, she resembles her mother. यानी कि वह अपनी माँ की तरह ही दिखती है. Resemble means to look like somebody. All right, so that is the meaning of resemble. All right, Nikila. So resemble means like, you look like somebody, or like, your appearance or the way you walk or whatever you do, it refers to that. Okay, then so please do this one now. She dash her mother. They are very similar. So what is the answer? I'll give you extra time. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I did not give you the others. Okay, so please note down the. So here, okay, I'll explain this. I'll give you the option, the meaning of the third one. She takes after her mother. They are very similar. So yeah, like, she resembles her mother, or like, she. In this case, it resembles. Okay, because when we say they are very similar, and also it kind of means she follows her mother. यानी कि जो कुछ उसकी माँ करती है, in terms of habits, in terms of the way she speaks, maybe the way she talks. Okay, so like, it resembles that to her mother. So वो अपनी माँ की जैसे ही है. All right, they are very similar. Please note down the third one. I forgot to give you that. Takes on, it means to begin to handle. Okay, so take or takes on, to begin to handle. For example, okay, so he has taken over, or like, taken the responsibility, or take on. Okay, so it means, okay, so to you start like, you start handling it, to begin to handle something. All right, to begin, 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 to handle, handle, handle. All right, so takes on, it means to begin to handle. Okay, so these were the meanings here. Please take down the next set of meanings. Fall for, fall, fall for, I'm sure you all of us have heard this one, isn't it? Okay, so FALL and FOR, fall for. It means to get attracted. To get attracted. ATTRACTED, attracted. So it means, okay, I fell for her. All right, यानी कि मुझे वो बहुत पसंद आई, और या I fell for her, I fell in love with her. Fall for means to get very attracted. Okay, so the next one, please write down fall in. Okay, so fall in, FALLIN, to sink. Okay, so to fall in, okay, is like, okay, to sink. So yeah, a kind of girna jaise. Okay, so that is the meaning of fall in. And the next one is fall upon. Write down fall upon. It means to attack suddenly. Okay, so to attack suddenly. Okay, now usually when we say, okay, so fall in place, or or fall inwards or anything like that. Okay, so it kind of it means to kind of settle or to sink inward or something like that. Okay, so depending upon the sentence framing, you'll understand the meaning. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, and the last one is fall upon, that is to attack suddenly. Okay, please do this exercise now. There are a plenty of people who will dash her for beautiful looks. What is the answer? Okay, so good job, Harish, Nikila, Sijis, Arpita. Well done. I'm very happy that all of you are able to answer correctly. Okay, so here it means fall for. Okay, so that is to get attracted to. All right, so there are a plenty of people who will fall for her beautiful looks. Okay, so yani ki who will get attracted to her beautiful looks, or who will fall in love. Okay, so just because of her beautiful looks. All right, it means that also. Okay, so well done everybody, good job. The next one, please take the next set of exercise, the phrasal verbs. First one is saw through. SAW and through. Okay, so don't make a mistake here, don't make a spelling mistake. It is THROUGH. Don't write thorough, write through. THROUGH. Okay, it is not just write the correct spelling here, THROUGH. Don't get confused between through and thorough. Okay, those spellings are totally different. Okay, here we are through, THROUGH. Okay, so write down the meaning: to understand the true nature. To understand, to understand the true nature. TRUE. Okay, so the true nature, यानी कि किसी का real रूप जानना. Okay, so normally we have a lot of people who are something outwards and something inwards, isn't it? Okay, so it's just like meeting two different types of people. So in order to understand what is their true self or the true nature, okay, we will use this phrasal verb, that is saw through. Okay, so यानी कि I saw through him, यानी कि मैं उसे जानता हूँ. I can see through him, कि मैं जानता हूँ कि वह क्या सोच रहा है, वह कैसा आदमी है, वह कैसा इंसान है. All right, so that is what it means, saw through. The next one is saw out. Saw out, SAWOUT. Saw and out. SAWOUT. Okay, so it refers to escort, ESCORT, to escort, or to say bye to somebody. Okay, right now just write to escort, ESCORT, someone to the door. Someone to the door, DOOR. Okay, so what it means here is to escort someone to the door means to accompany them to the door. Okay, so escort means that. Okay, so sometimes now escort is a professional term which is used to accompany somebody. For example, okay, so a principal will escort our chief guest. Yani ki our principal will now, okay, so accompany our chief guest to the stage. Okay, usually we say days, isn't it? So it refers to the stage. So the principal will escort our chief guest to the stage, which means, okay, he will accompany him to the stage. So okay, so that is what usually that escort means. All right, to escort someone to the door, for example, a guest. Okay, and the next one, please write down saw about. Okay, so it refers to inquire. Saw about means to inquire. 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 Saw about means to inquire. Okay, please do this one now. B dash is superficial charm. Superficial means something which is like, a fake. So what is the answer? Good job, Harish, Melina, Nikhila, Bhagyachandra, and Monali. Well done. Okay, so here the answer is saw through. So we saw through his superficial charm. So superficial is something like, only outward and only fake. So here it is like, okay, we saw through his superficial charm. That is, even despite of all that, like, अच्छा बनने की acting जो वह करता है, उसके सिवाय हमने उसे देख लिया. Okay, उसका real रूप देख लिया. All right, write down the next one. Do by without, write down do for. Do for, DOFOR. Okay, so do and for, two separate words. Okay, it means to take care of. Okay, so means to take care of. And the next one is do without. Do without, it means cannot manage without. Do without means cannot manage without. Now do for is normally used like this, like, okay, so what can I do for you? Do you want me to do something for you? Okay, so do something for you, or like, okay, what can I do for you? It is normally used in that way in order, like, to serve, for service in that case. All right, and the next one is do without. For example, I cannot do without coffee in the morning. That means I just cannot manage without coffee in the morning. मुझे सुबह coffee चाहिए means चाहिए. All right, so do without is something which you cannot, like, live without or cannot manage without. Okay, so please do the next one. Her problem is that she cannot dash luxury. So what is the answer here? Good job, Harish, Arpita, Melina, Jovdeep. Okay, so well done. So here it means, okay, so her problem is that, okay, so she cannot do without luxuries. Yani ki she cannot manage without luxuries. Luxuries means something which is very expensive things. So for example, okay, like something which is not required for basic survival, but just it is additional. Okay, like because you have a lot of money. All right, for example, one house is enough, isn't it? But you have multiple houses. All right, so that counts as luxury. If you one phone is one basic phone, okay, is very sufficient, isn't it? But you go in for expensive phones. Some the same functions can be performed by a phone which is of a little lesser price range, but still you go for an expensive phone. So that is a luxury. So her problem is that she cannot do without, that is, she cannot manage without these very expensive things. All right, so the first option, there is nothing like that. Okay, so do by without, it's an incorrect form, so we will simply say do without. All right, so is there any doubt, any questions with this particular topic that we have discussed? Any of the meanings that you did not understand, or some meanings you will want me to repeat again? Anybody has any doubts, any difficulties? Just send me a quick thumbs up if all of you have understood. Okay, so just send me a quick thumbs up if all of you have understood. Okay, so whatever we have discussed. All right. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of the class. And since we have a lot of time left, okay, so I would want all of you either to frame sentences on the topic that on all the phrasal verbs that we have discussed, Or okay, I'll give you another exercise which is also very important if you want. Okay, so we can practice introducing yourself. All right, so that if you go for an interview or you have to tell about yourself, you can do very confidently. Okay, so what would you like to do? Would you like to frame sentences which we normally do, okay, so that you understand how to use the new terms that we have learned today? Or would you want to, or maybe later on, okay, so you can, we can do both as well. Okay, so anything. So we can, you can practice introducing yourself also. Okay, so like you know how to like what exactly to mention and all of that. Okay, so what do you want to do? Should we practice sentences first, and then maybe the last maybe 7-8 minutes we'll practice introduction? Is that fine? Okay, so I think we'll do this first. Okay, so for the next 5 minutes, okay, we'll just quickly frame sentences so that you also understand how to use these phrasal verbs effectively. These are really beautiful ones, okay, whatever we have discussed, because it will really help you to express yourself in a better way. Okay, so we'll just quickly frame sentences, and then towards the end, we can do the introduction, that exercise. Okay, so your time starts now. Please quickly do this one. And I have also launched the poll. Please make sure that all of you rate this session. Okay. Try to frame. Okay, so if you have a difficulty, just try to frame with the simple ones, like you know, do without or do for. Then saw through. This one is a very common one. Okay. Then now do without. You all can use in your daily life. I've already given you examples. Okay. I cannot do without. So you can replace that with any of your habit. For example, I cannot do without, like you know, um, praying in the morning. I cannot do without praying in the morning. I cannot do without like you know, washing or exercising, working out a day. Okay, so simple ones like that. What can I do for you? Okay, so you can use it in that way, different ways. Then saw through. Then fall for. Okay, this is so this is okay, so I fell for, or I, you know, people usually fall for like you know, beauty, or like you know, not, let's not just target beauty. Okay, for anything we can fall for like whatever celebrities have to say. Okay. All right, Lokanadan, that's a good one, but which phrasal verb have you used there? Okay, focus on using phrasal verbs. That is the exercise. Okay. I'm sorry if I've missed out. So, can do for a girl. Oh, I think, oh, all right. Okay, so a boy can do anything for a girl. Yes, yes, I got it later. Thank you so much for mentioning it. Now, see, a boy can do everything for a girl. I think Loknathan here, anything is more appropriate, not everything. Okay, but you can say a boy can do everything a girl asks him to do. In that way you can use everything. Okay, but otherwise if it's a general statement, please use anything. A boy can do anything for a girl. Okay, but otherwise you can say a boy can do everything a girl asks him to. So you see how you have to use the words. Okay, different structure. All right, so make that correction. Okay. Anything means kuch bhi, everything means sab kuch. So we will not say ek ladka ek ladki ke liye sab kuch kar sakta hai. It's like you know, incomplete. So here we will say ek ladka, okay, ek ladki ke liye kuch bhi kar sakta hai, anything. All right, so that's why that it's more, anything is appropriate there, not everything. Okay, so just make that correction. Then others, okay, so takes after. Okay, so then comes across as, this one, as I told you about the celebrities, you can use it in that context as well. So then jump at. Okay, so again, she's always ready to jump at. Then can she count on? Count on. Okay, you can use it in so many ways. Okay, so for example, I count on my parents. Okay, so, or when I was younger, or like you know, children count on their parents to take care of them. Yani ki children rely on their parents. So you can use it in that way as well. Okay. Because of family issues, we called off the function. All right, Nikila, that's a really nice one, but I would suggest never to begin with because. Okay, so you could say we called off the function because of family issues. Never begin with because. Okay, so because should come later on. First you mention the situation and then you give the reason. We called off the function because of family issues, full stop. All right, but that's a really nice one. Okay, the garden's coming along very nice now. All right, great. All right, Anirudh, but you have to say the garden is coming along very nicely. All right, so now is not required. You can use nicely there and put a full stop. All right, so the gardens. Also, you have to use is. Okay, the garden is coming along very nicely. All right, so I think that apostrophe s kind of feels possession. So here you have to use is. So therefore, the garden is coming along very nicely. All right, Anirudh, but that's a really good sentence. All right. Okay. So maybe another two, three sentences, and then we can start with the introduction. Okay, because I need time for that as well. Any other sentences? Okay, we'll quickly shift on to the introduction part of it. Okay, so now while introducing yourself, okay, so we can start now. There are different and very creative ways. Okay, I'll just give you a simple structure of an introduction. You can follow this. Okay, and if later on, once you get get more professional, then you can add a lot of different ways of speaking. All right, so first of all we begin by telling by greeting. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, and since our introduction is normally given in a formal setup, okay, so good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ache hain. Okay, then the next one you begin by telling your name. For example, you can say my name is or I am. All right, after that you can tell the place that you are from. For example, I am from Mumbai or I am from Goa. All right, then you can proceed by telling after that you have to proceed by telling your profession. Aapka profession kya hai? What do you do for a living? Okay, so I am a sales manager, I am a manager, I am an accountant. Okay, so kuch bhi. Okay, so then after that you can tell where you work. Okay, so for example, I work at Google, I work for Tatas. Okay, so anything. So then after that, if you then you can mention the duration. I have been working there since December, or I have been working there for the past 5 years. Okay, so you can mention that. Okay, so then after that you can mention your hobbies. Okay, that is all the things you like to do in your free time: singing, dancing, gardening, playing, all of that. After that you can mention your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, so what are the qualities that give you an advantage over the others, and weaknesses are kind of a little disadvantage. Okay, and then I think this is sufficient, and then we can say, okay, so that was all about me. Thank you for giving me an I think you can just say that was all about me. All right, or this is all about me. Okay, so now, okay, so keep now this is this structure what I told you is a very simple one. Okay, there are a lot of very unique and creative ways, but as a beginner maybe you can just stick to this one for now, and then as and when you become more fluent and become better, you can make your own introduction. All right, try to introduce different kinds of words. Okay, my hobbies include, instead of saying my hobbies are, you can say my hobbies include. Okay, so you can use certain words like this. Okay, so with this, can we practice now? Anybody who would like to introduce themselves to me? Okay, introduce themselves to me. Koi bhi hai? Anybody who would like to try? Or you would want to write down your introduction? That also is fine. It may take a little time. Okay, but it's okay if you want to do that anyways. Okay, any doubts regarding the way I told you, like about the introduction? Okay, anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Anybody? Anirudh, Asika, just raise your hand. Okay, I'll give you a chance. Okay, another thing is that, okay, yes, all right. Anirudh, you want to type it out? No problem. Okay, I'll correct it for you. Another thing while introducing yourself, you have to remember is that please don't go on and on about yourself. Okay, so try to keep your introduction very short. Okay, so maximum, I think whatever points that I have given you, just elaborate on that. That's it. These are important points. Okay, so for somebody, if somebody tells, mostly the question is, okay, whenever you go for an interview, so tell me about yourself. Okay, and then people don't know what they have to tell, because like we, if we given a chance, okay, to speak about global warming, we can speak so much, but when we have to speak about ourselves, we feel a little confused, isn't it? So you can follow these points which I have given you. These are very simple points. Just elaborate on it, because they contain some of the most important things. Okay, and then I think that should be sufficient. But right now you can stick to this format which I've given you. Later on you can add more points, or even delete some of these points, okay, and make a good introduction. Okay. Okay, Anirudh, I'll wait for you. Okay, I'll wait for your introduction. The others also try to attempt. Okay, so I'll quickly repeat for all those who did not hear. So while introducing yourself, begin with a greeting. Okay, good evening, good afternoon, or you could also say hello. Hello is also a very nice way of starting. Then you mention by telling your name. Okay, so instead of saying this is, I would prefer in a formal setup, try to say my name is or I am. All right, so I am Anoshka Mendes, or my name is Anoshka Mendes. Okay, so you can use either one of these ways. After that, mention the place where you are from. Okay, for example, I'm from Goa, or I'm from Maharashtra. Okay, so you can further mention, like, you can also mention specifically. So I am from Raya, Goa. All right, so you can mention it in that way as well. Okay, but please don't mention your house numbers and things like that. Okay, that is not required. Just mention the place jahan se aap aate hain. All right, and you can mention the name of your state. That's a really nice one. Okay, after that, you have to mention about your profession. Okay, what is your profession? What do you do for a living? Okay, then if you are a student, okay, if we have any students watching, so you have to tell that, I am a student. Then you have to tell the name of your class, and the name of your school. Sorry, the class where you study in, and the name of your school. If you are a student, so you can refer to these instructions. If you are a working professional, tell what your profession is, which company you work for, and for how long have you been working. All right, if you are applied for an interview, then you have to say, if you are a fresher, just say, I am a fresher, I have no work experience. So depending on your skill situation, you have to alter this a little bit. But then comes your profession. Then after that, you will have to tell about your experience, if you have any. If you are working for a company, then you can mention the name. Okay, then after that, you can tell about your hobbies. That is the things you love to do in your free time: singing, dancing, playing, listening to music. Okay, also it is not listening music. Okay, it is listening to music. Okay, pay attention to that. Then after that, you can mention about your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay, so strengths are qualities that give you an advantage over the other people. Okay, and weaknesses are like, okay, so like kind of a disadvantage. Okay, so I hope you have all right. Okay. So Anirudh, all right. Arpita, all right. Okay. Hello, ma'am. My name is Arpita Parida. I belong to Odisha. Okay. So Arpita, instead of saying I belong to, I am belong to, that is incorrect. Okay. You can directly say I am from Odisha. Okay. So make that correction. You don't have to say I am belong to Odisha. Okay. You just have to say I am from Odisha. Okay, I am a student of class A. That is fantastic. Okay, that you have written very nicely. Okay, so then followed by, then after this, you can mention the name of your school. You can say the name of my school is. All right, Arpita, you can mention that. And then after that, you can say my hobbies include, or my hobbies are. Okay, and then after that, you can say my strengths are and my weaknesses are. Okay, that's a pretty good introduction. Okay, so next time you have to, somebody tells you to introduce, you don't have to fumble. You can just mention, just think about these points, go on elaborating on that. Okay, so in this way you will not take a lot of pauses also. Okay, one after the other you will be able to frame sentences. Why? Because you have a set of points, and you just have to elaborate on those points. Okay. All right, Arpita, I hope you have made a note of all the other points. So what will come after your introduction, I have already told you, okay? So the name of my school is, begin with the article the. The name of my school is, instead of saying my school name is, say the name of my school is, that is a better way. Then you can say my hobbies are singing, dancing, playing, listening to music, okay, if it is one. So listening to music. And the last one will be my strengths and weaknesses. Okay. So I think anybody else has any doubts, any questions? Can we end the session now? Okay. All right. So with this, we have come to the end of the session. It was a lovely session with all of you. Okay. Make sure that all of you revise all of the phrasal verbs that we have learned. Okay. If my introduction tips are useful to you. Okay. So make sure that you apply it next time, and just remember the like the points that I have given, and frame sentences very spontaneously. In that way, you will not be you will not have to think a lot, because already you have the points. Just frame sentences accordingly. All right. So I'll see you all in my next class at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, you can join the next class, which is now at 5 o'clock. All right. So I will see you all soon. Enjoy your evening.